They said the empire was built on gold, and now the headlines say the stories unfold. Flashing lights, courtroom rows, silence loud, and the pressure grows. From Harlem streets to the Forbes list, now he's sitting where the storm hits. Cameras on, but who's legit? Truth and lies in the same script. Diddy defense team got 8 on the move. Agnafilo, Juror, Shapiro, Steele, Donaldson, Westmoreland, Estavo and Driscoll. The feds got him on 5 charges. They say he on that RICO. Media says he is guilty out the gate. 8 male jurors and 4 women hold his fate. No cameras allowed in the court. Content creators screaming more, more, more. Diamonds heavy, but the weight's not cash. Every step watched through the media flash. Friends turn foes and the past don't pass. When receipts get pulled and they come in stacks. Official transcripts will show the full story. Full statements, but the details may be gold. They wanna put me on trial, put my name on file. Want me to hang it up, but that ain't my style. Say I'm back on road, no hand on Bible. We got this game in a chokehold. Yeah, I'm so cold. My whole career they tried to test me and I aced it. When you want something done, you gotta go and get it. Hate to put you on blast, but it's not up for debate. When the odds stacked against me, victims' names not being used to keep from getting approached by the accused. Kanye showing up in white, saying Diddy fight, fight. What's legacy when it's on the line? Is the name you built still gonna shine? Or does silence scream like a warning sign while the world debates guilt or crime? Every empire's got a tale untold. Every mogul's got nice cold. But behind closed doors, who holds control? Truth is a mirror and it never folds. Spotlight shadows can't outrun fate. Every crown's heavy when it's tied to the state. From the charts to the court, it's a razor blade. Walking the edge that the headlines made. Did the feds charge Diddy for his crimes, or just for some freak off good times? Baby oil galore, but the feds say there is much more. Everyone is innocent until proven guilty. This will be left to the 12 on the jury committee. Is this a RICO, or just a man being major sicko? Was he really the king or just a fling? Did he do what they say? Will NYC jail be where he will stay? Did he bop in the hotels on the top floors? Different bows in different area codes. Some would call them the defense saying evidence is a blur. Some witnesses concur. Will the bad boy for life be serving life, or will he get the win and be in the next jet to Berlin? Spotlight shadows can't outrun fate. Every crown's heavy when it's tied to the state. From the charts to the court, it's a razor blade. Walking the edge that the headlines made. The devil is in the details. While the world debates guilt or crime, is it RICO or freak off?
Diddy says he is love, love, love.
They said the empire was built on gold, and now the headlines say the stories unfold. Flashing lights, courtroom rows, silence loud, and the pressure grows. From Harlem streets to the Forbes list, now he's sitting where the storm hits. Cameras on, but who's legit? Truth and lies in the same script. Diddy defense team got 8 on the move. Agnafilo, Juror, Shapiro, Steele, Donaldson, Westmoreland, Estavo and Driscoll. The feds got him on 5 charges. They say he on that RICO. Media says he is guilty out the gate. 8 male jurors and 4 women hold his fate. No cameras allowed in the court. Content creators screaming more, more, more. Diamonds heavy, but
Okay, I don't understand why StreamYard just kicked me out. StreamYard just kicked me out, y'all. StreamYard just kicked me out. I'm not sure why everybody is in the chat talking about Woody. The title has nothing to do with Woody, y'all. Title has nothing to do with Woody. Everything's already handled for Woody already. Everything's already handled for Woody. Everything's handled. Woody is one of the individuals that was a witness of in the YSL case. In the YSL case, he was one of the witnesses. I know folks in the chats asking, who is Woody? Who is Woody? Hi, everybody. I am doing very well. Thank you for asking. I know you guys have love for him, but he's good. Okay, Mud. This is not the time to have like a recap of all the cases I've done. YSL was a case that I did. I do have old videos that you can check out, and it'll give you what YSL is all about. You can go back and look at some of those recaps. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Well, today, guys, tonight, I wanted, because I talked about some of this stuff on my members only, and someone sent me some intel, some information in regarding to Diddy, and I'm gonna read to you something, and then I'm gonna show you some videos, but I have something to read to you guys in regards to this, because I was told allegedly a lot of this stuff that is happening to Diddy is because of the Diageo. You know me and my saying the names of. Somebody enunciate that company name for me. The liquor company, please help me out. Somebody put some enunciation on that one, of that liquor. Not the type, not the, okay, Diageo. Yeah, Diageo. Diageo. Thank you, guys. You're such a wonderful people. Diageo? Kino? What? Yeah. Okay, somebody come up and say it. Go on. Let me. You guys are, everybody's saying it all different. Oh, y'all said it right the first time, but now I'm all confused. Diageo. Okay, so I was right the first time. I was right the first time. Oh, people telling me hard G's, and so I'm like, Diageo. Oh gosh, you guys are too much. Oh yes, ma'am, you were right the first. I always could give y'all some laughters with me trying to say these words and say these people's name. I just screw it up every time. You're not seeing all the comments because, Lori, we got two sides. I have two channels that going at the same time. You're on one channel and they may be on another channel. That's why you don't see it. That is why you don't see it. What do you agree with Amber with? What did Amber say? Amber, what did you say that CJ is agreeing with you? Oh, your mom retired with that liquor company? Oh my God, Jazz, you got some 411. I know how to say De Leon. Yeah, I know how to say De Leon. I know how to do that one. But I was trying to say the other name. I was trying to say the other name, but I just got it off. Oh my God, y'all. This is like hilarious. It's very funny. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead on. Let me go ahead on. Okay. Now, all right. All right. In January 2024, Diddy Diddy sued the company Diageo, right? It's and the reason why the lawsuit came about because he felt there was some racial discrimination with the company. I'm not going to go into details about that part. Okay, we're it's not about I don't care if it's old news. I'm having a conversation with the people. If y'all heard it before, y'all don't have to listen. You could go on to someplace else because let me handle my channel the way I want to handle it, y'all. Y'all talking about old news. Okay, you heard it before, then maybe you need to find another channel to watch right now. Cause y'all getting on my nerve. I'm reading the comments in here and y'all getting on my nerve already, right? Getting on my nerve. All right, let me go ahead and finish this comment that I was saying. Okay. So they end up settling, and in the settlement, I was being told originally that the company had to pay over $200 million to Diddy, right? And Diddy withdrew the lawsuit, and this happened in January 2024, right? But recently they are saying that the company actually owes him $2 billion, not 200 million, but $2 billion. Okay. And they said that their legal dispute was confidential, and Diageo basically owns 100% of both Ciroc, which is the vodka company, and De Leon, which is the tequila, right? And the partnership that they had just dissipated, right? They canceled all the relationship that the two companies, the ones that had it with Diddy, right? So Diddy sued Diageo, whatever, whatever that name is. And they basically there was underinvested in De Leon and treated as an inferior urban brand, and they discriminated against Diddy. So that's what the lawsuit was. So the settlement um, was basically done, and then Diddy withdrew all allegation against the company, right? And then the company ended up owned. So there is rumor out there stating that the company, since they owe Diddy that amount of money, is one of the reasons why it's alleged. Okay, y'all, alleged, because I don't have any factual information. It's just people giving me that that 411 people that basically close to him. And so the company, that same company, still owes Diddy a lot of money. First, you have the Cassie lawsuit happened in November 2023. And then January, the settlement came around January 2024. And then right around then, in March, there is the it was it March or May that they raided both homes. Do you guys remember what day? Wasn't it March? Was it March or I know it's one of those M month. I know the video came out in May. The video with Cassie with the hotel situation came out in May. And the raid, I think, might have been in March, right? Yeah, take a look for me, Amber. Thank you. Was his undercut, and he tried to basically tip his toe in liquor business, but advertising that he owned Ciroc, but he never did own it. They did. So he undercut and made De Leon. Okay, so it was March that the raid came, and then the video came out in May. March 25th is the raid. Thank you, Jazz. And then the video of Cassie in that hotel came out in May. He had already settled with her back in November the previous year, but all the stuff started coming out, right? And then the government turned around in September and arrested him, right? Am I correct with the dates? Am I correct with the dates, y'all? All right, so I have a video to show you guys. Hold on a second. I think this is it right here. Let's see. I think this might be the video. Hold on. There we go. Oh, no, that's not that one. That one. I got to show you that one later. Hold on. This is not the one I want to show you yet. Hold on a second. Okay, let me do this. All right, share. This is not the one. Hold on a second. Hold on a second, y'all. Hold on. I'm trying to get the right video up. Okay, this is the one. All right, this is the one I want to show y'all. All right, let me show it to y'all.
The fact that they are doing this to not have to pay him $2 billion.
Okay, hold on. Here we go. Sorry.
Yeah, right. If you just type in Diageo market cap $81 billion. And what this insider said to me, just purely on what could happen, it's given. I'm not giving the source. It could be speculation. He said they owe him $2 billion. And he said it could be the fact that they are doing this to not have to pay him $2 billion.
You heard that, right? So all this stuff allegedly is happening to Diddy is because of the situation with that company. And also, let me also show you what some of the things that Diddy was saying that had people like getting little revved up, and it was upsetting the folks that were in charge. Hold on a second. Let me just take care of this for a second. Hold on a second. Just hold on a second. I'm trying to pull up the other thing here. Oh, where is it? All right, hold on. Oh, Lord, have mercy. I'm trying to get it for y'all. I thought I had it, and it's like my stuff is all over the place. Oh, Lord, I can't even get it for y'all. Okay, hold on. I can't even get it for you. But anyway, I was going to show you something else that was said, a video I was trying to show you guys. But so most of this stuff is happening, and there is a reason why they're trying to keep him in jail so they can add on more charges, add on more stuff that could happen. Yeah, and also right now, because of what Diddy did, they're being sued as well. Let me show you. Hold on a second. All right, hold on a second. That same company right now is being sued. Oh, hold on. You guys see? A federal lawsuit accuses. Oh, y'all can see that? All right. A federal lawsuit accuses Casamigo and Don Julio of spiking their tequila with cane spirit, right? And you see, God don't like uglies. You do something, it comes back right at you. A class action lawsuit filed in the USA District Court of the Eastern District of New York accuses here I go with the name again, Diageo, with falsely labeling Casamigos and Don Julio tequila with 100% agave, alleging that the presence of non-agave alcohol like cane spirit. Okay, the complaint seeks $5 million in damages and challenges the liability of tequila certification by Mexico's regulation body and the Consuelo Regulador de Tequila CRT, citing unverified reports of corruption and lax enforcement. Diageo strongly denies the allegation, asserting its tequila meet all regulatory standards and are certified by the CRT and the U.S. authorities. Over the past several years, the conversation around transparency in tequila has largely centered on the use of additives and the precise language producers can use on their bottles to describe what's been added or not added in the spirit inside. However, this week the conversation shifted to the purity of the agave, spirit itself, as a class action lawsuit filed in a U.S. federal court accuses global spirit giant Diageo of unadulterating some of its most popular luxurious tequila and misleading consumer through deceptive labeling. So there's a lawsuit that was filed recently in suing them. This was back in May of 2025. And I think I gotta find the case on that for Easton. Maybe they might have something going on before I leave, so I can bring you guys that information if they're still, that court is in Brooklyn. I could bring you guys some information on that lawsuit if there's something going on. I'll have my people to check and see if there's something going on. But they're getting lawsuits left and right in their stuff because, they've been doing some crooked stuff. And not only, but that's no excuse. They should have stood on business. If they were guilty of anything, they are lucky Diddy is a real friend and it didn't give people up. Is that in the case? Okay, so that is some parts about it, right? And I want to tell you too something that also I learned today, that the statute of limitation for Cassie's Mann Act is past the statute of limitation because his limitation is 5 years for Mann Act. And her alleged incident happened in 2016. So the likelihood of him being, that's going to have to go to an appeal as well. And most likely his attorneys are probably putting that into record that statute of limitation for Cassie is past the time. But James is still in effect because it happened in 2022 or no 2023, right? He started dating her in 2021. No. This Allie, no, it's federal. Mann Act federal. Okay, let me just send it. Let me show you. Hold on, let me show you that there is statute of limitation for federal. Hold on. Okay. All right, here we go. Since you want to question me saying it's federal, that is state, let me show you. You see right here. You see Allie right here? Mann Act statute of limitation right there. Most federal felonies statute of limitation is 5 years. Only time it's not fast 5 years is when you're dealing with minor, okay? And these individuals are not minor. So the statute of limitation for Cassie is beyond. It has a pass for Cassie. Okay? So that's probably one of the things they're going to talk about as well. See? 5 years. And the exceptions are children. Okay? So I kept saying the RICO is defeated, and that changes the statute of limitation. People claim I was wrong. Well, Elijah, you're right. And an attorney brought this to my attention, y'all. That's why I'm just giving you guys this information. That part was given to me by an attorney. And that's why they were saying that Diddy's the most he probably get is about 2 years. And he's already served 10 months. And if he takes that class, that drug class, that shaves off 12 months. And so if he start taking it, it's like a couple of weeks of that class and he'll be out in no time. But they're keeping him in there longer. You see all these lawsuits that's still coming out, y'all. Y'all see all these lawsuits. Y'all see all these lawsuits that's coming out. And they're going to keep coming. It's going to keep coming. It's going to keep coming. Because they don't want to pay that money to him. They don't want to pay that money to that man. What's 6 months? What's 6 months, Miss say what? What's 6 months? I don't know what word you. Okay, let me put the link in the chat so you guys may come up and have a conversation with me. What money, Tawana? The money that the Diageo owes Diddy because they settled out of court. They really owe him $2 billion, not $200 million. Look, once you get past all those zeros for me, it's out of my league. All right. I wanted to show you the little video with someone send this to me as well. Shout out to the people that send me the money. Yeah, that's a lot of money, Miss Allie. It's a lot of money. Way more than I can think about. All right, let me just show you something here. Let's see. Someone send this to me. Y'all see the little picture I have with Diddy and his I think his mom, right? The main thing they want to do is take his money, take him down. I can't wait till the 8th. Hopefully we get some good news. Hold on a second, y'all. Hold on. All right. Hold on a second. I just want to pull up something for you guys. Hold on. I got something to share with you guys. One, two. Somebody had asked whether or not Trump would pardon him. I want to show you something. I want to show you guys something. Someone put this together for me, and we were trying to figure out, is it a possibility that Trump may pardon him? And the answer is definitely my sister and her noise, man. She always making noise. My sister is always making noise, y'all. Always making noise. Always making noise. Okay, let's do this video. Okay. All right, hold on. I gotta take off the music because that music is like, I don't want it to affect my views on my channel. So I'm gonna take the music down. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I gotta get myself together here. Gotta, I'm not a techie with this YouTube stuff. I mean, so I gotta.
Yeah.
Hold on, gotta make this silent. Okay, y'all gonna listen to this without any music, okay? Without any music, you're gonna listen to this, okay? I know the music is the best part, but I can't play the music. I don't know if YouTube gonna strike me. No music, y'all. Hold on, let go. Let's go. Let me move out the way so you guys could see the whole full picture. This is Diddy and Trump throughout the years, their relationship. Okay. Folks say, oh, he may not pardon him because they had a fallout, he's not with them anymore. Well, if he could pardon people he don't even know, what makes you think he won't pardon somebody he knows? And especially if he feels that that person is being done wrong. He pardoned quite a few rappers and stuff, folks that had some heavy stuff going on. He pardoned them. And also, remember, he pardoned Mr. Johnson from the Mann Act, this White Slavery Act. So it's a great possibility he might pardon Diddy. Hold on. Can y'all see this? You see him? You see Diddy down there and Kim? You see him, Diddy and Trump and Melania. Okay, I mess up people's name, man. I just be sucky with people's name. Look at him now, and you're gonna see a picture of them when Diddy was really young looking. Wait, we'll see. Hold on. Look at him. Look how young Diddy look. Look how young Trump look. You see? They've been longtime friends. Longtime friends. Yeah, I did see the video of the alternate. And the pictures when he was with his first wife, y'all. So the possibility of him pardoning him, I think is definitely a go. I think it will happen. I definitely think it will happen. You haven't seen it? We play it again? Okay, here we go. All right, here we go. There we go. Look at that. Can y'all see it? You might have to make your screen bigger on your computer. You're welcome, Mud Crab. Now, that's a long time of knowing someone. Oh, you haven't seen the juror? Oh, I'll show you that too. I got that for y'all. I got it for y'all. Hold on. I got you guys. I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. I'll show it to you guys. You guys are on my radar. I got you guys. All right, so let me get the video up and running for you. So you guys will have that for your... Hold on a second. Let me put it in my email so I can send it to myself. And then we can watch it together. He did say, do you see? Yeah, Toya, he did say that hold on, I'm gonna pull it up for y'all. Hold on. All right, here we go, y'all. This is it. This is it. This is it.
Who was in the Sean Diddy Combs trial. George. Joining me now is an alternate juror who was in the Sean Diddy Combs trial. George is joining us right now. This was 7 weeks of your life, hearing all of this testimony. You were an alternate, you did not deliberate, but did you agree with the final verdict?
I understood the final verdict. And I think if I, because I took a copious amount of notes overall, I took 350 pages worth of notes. Because at the end, we weren't told who was an alternate, who was the main juror until literally the last second when they were reading when the judge was reading his entire statement at the end. It was like the first 12 are the jurors, the last 5 are the alternates. So we didn't know, even in the jury room, no one treated everyone, we all were equal because we didn't know who was who.
Would you have acquitted him on RICO?
I think reading all my notes and looking back at the evidence, I probably would have reached the same conclusion as the other jurors.
What was it about that charge?
I don't, the thing with the, when it, because we were asked and the judge had instructed us that we have to find, we have to find him guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. Mm-hmm. And I think there was always a little bit of doubt in people's mind. And I think it was a tough case to prove, especially the first one. And, there was always a little bit of doubt there, even from the beginning.
Why did you doubt?
I think some of the charges, some of the witnesses, if you look at it one way, but then when you were listening to the defense, you could see it their way as well.
Were there any witnesses that made you think, I don't believe this?
There was one that I think unanimously we kind of all said like, wow, like it was almost like watching like TV. It was like, like when I think her name was Dawn Richard, that one. Mm-hmm. When she on cross-examination, I mean, I never saw such a cross-examination. It was very impressive to watch.
What was it about it?
They talk about
I think just how the defense got into her and really made her look very not credible. I mean, I even wrote in my notebook that it was like a takedown.
He said Nicole had a takedown on that Don Rashad. Y'all heard that? A takedown. Nicole did that thing. She did a takedown, y'all.
Really? And that was pretty early on.
That was pretty early on.
From the opening statements, did you have a mindset of who you thought had a better case?
No. I think overall, from the way I look at it, both sides presented really good. Both sides presented themselves well. We were very impressed with the prosecution and the defense, how they, the professionalism, how they carried themselves. I mean, it was really good lawyering, as they say.
Racketeering is notoriously a complex case. Did you feel that the prosecution presented enough evidence to support that there was even an enterprise?
Yeah, I told you. Y'all don't understand. If the jury finds that the attorney is like very, very strong and good in their examination of that witness and basically tearing the witness down to see the credibility of that witness, it can make or break a case. And Nicole, I'm telling you, Nicole was like the stellar person in that case, tearing down those 2 people she tore down. It made a world of difference, y'all. It made a world of difference. I know there's other attorneys in there, but she is the one that everybody, even the one that couldn't stand Diddy's defense team, they were giving her accolades. They were giving her accolades for real, y'all.
I think they did the best that they could, but I think it was a tough case to prove.
Why?
I mean, when you look at the charges, kidnapping, arson, forced labor, you know, the government had one side, but then the defense, you know, they had some pretty good rebuttals to it. So I mean that I think added some you know, doubt always, and I think in people's mind.
You didn't hear from some of the people the government said were co-conspirators, like employees,
Like
of,
Christina Karam,
for example, or
D-Rock,
D-Rock.
yeah.
Did that affect your thoughts about the case?
I don't think so. No.
Would you have wanted to hear from them?
We always thought that maybe we would hear from them, but maybe we also understood maybe why they wouldn't be called.
Why?
Because maybe they didn't want to testify, or they wouldn't really be proving the case, or maybe it would be not advantageous to be called. So
It would mess.
you know, honestly, we were just waiting till the end, until when the judge gave his instructions and how to interpret the law. Because, you know, I think everyone really didn't have anything made up, their mind made up, or in any way. It was really, everyone was waiting to see how, you know, the definitions and how everything was going to be interpreted, and what they were to be looked at. Exactly.
So important.
Yeah.
Talk to me about the sex trafficking cases, because of court charges. Obviously, Cassie Ventura testified visibly pregnant for days.
Yes.
How did her testimony impact you in your understanding of the case?
It did. You know, I listened. You know, we listened very intently. It was, I think, 5 days or forever of thing, and you know, it was very riveting. And it was very riveting testimony, and very credible testimony.
You believed her.
I mean, I think we did. I think we did. I mean, she wouldn't have done all this just to come up there and you know, lie about everything. So no, I don't think even the defense didn't come out and say or anything like that.
Did the money that they talked about in terms of a civil settlement she received, did that color her testimony for you at all?
I don't think so. No, I don't think so. No.
Did you look at the defendant, Diddy Combs, differently after her testimony?
No, I didn't really look at him too much. I mean, I always looked at him because my point of view was just literally at him, like some people are on the side, but I was more in the corner. So I was always like staring at him. But I don't think he was mostly just very composed and talking with his lawyers, and very in control, it seemed like. You know, because I think I mean, I'm not really familiar too much with cases, and I don't really follow, you know, cases in court, so I don't know how defendants usually act. But sometimes what I've heard in you know, from the news is that some defendants, you know, they just sit very stoically. They don't interact with their lawyers. They just let their lawyers talk and go. But he was very, you know, talking with them, writing notes, doing that. So you could tell that he, you know, he was, you know, he was fighting for himself.
You saw some very graphic images, videos. You heard very sexual and graphic details. What was that like, hearing that? And how did it impact how you viewed the case?
No, they were very graphic, and but I think overall, you know, we were looking at it from like one side, and it was definitely riveting and eye opening.
What did you see on the videos? You know, the press wasn't able to see it in real time.
Yeah. No, I mean, they were showing some of the. Well, I mean, there was both the freak offs and hotel nights, as they were called, from both of them. But it was.
What were they showing those videos?
They showed, well, again, you know, the defense and the prosecution showed different clips, so they were very selective. Like the prosecution was showing more, you know, just.
Hold on. Let me check this person. Full of Life 9. You said that was not cute what y'all did to Tisa, but You get mad when people talk about you. What did the hell did I do to Tisa? I didn't do anything to Tisa that Tisa did not do to herself. First of all, I went to Tisa and talked to Tisa myself in the courtroom when she claimed she did not say the person's name. And I told her what timestamp that she called the person's name that she was not supposed to. That's the only thing I ever did to Tisa. So what are you talking about? What are you talking about, Full of Life 9? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? What did I do to her? No, I want to know what I did to her. I hate when people make up stuff up in here. What did Sylvia do to her? Go ahead, say what did I do to her? Tell my y'all. What did Sylvia do to her? Yeah, she put the name of the people out. Don't come in here making up stuff. Tell my what y'all did to her. I did not do anything to the woman. Go ahead, say what did I do to her? You're not saying anything. You come in here and making comments, and you know I did not do anything to that woman. I'm waiting. That's right, D. Reese. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for you to tell me what I did to her. She can bash the jurors. She can talk crap about everybody else, and you coming in here talking about what did y'all did. She hasn't responded yet. Oh, what did she say when I went up to her? She was in denial, and I told her to go to marker 4 timestamp 4.28 when she was reading the Cash App from one of her subscribers, and then she act like she didn't know, she didn't hear it. She act like she didn't do it. I told her to go back and check it out. Okay, what happened? Did anybody block Full of Life 9? Did any of you guys block her? I don't want you to block that person. I want them to speak or forever hold their peace. And she victim shamed Westmoreland. Why she's not saying anything? Yeah. Yes. No, Nick, you're probably on the other side. Cece, no, not yet. I don't want to block you. I want her to tell me what I did to the lady. I told you what she did. I didn't do anything to her. Yeah, I'm on both pages. Yes, I'm on both pages, Queen. You deleted her comment, but you did not block. I still see the comment. I'm coming. But she's not saying anything else. Them people done took over YouTube. It's so annoying. He said people are over channel whining. Sylvia's absolute angel, and I'm happy I found this channel. Oh my God. Oh, thank you, Raven. No, I mean, she comes in here saying it's wrong what we did to her. What y'all did to her, to Tisa Tells. I did not do anything except tell her I didn't go on live. I didn't show. I was in the courtroom when I went to her and told her she called the person's name out, and because they were coming after Sean G and putting his name inside of the court documents when he is not the first one that did it. She was the first person that did it, not him. And I brought it to her attention. But they made excuses. She made excuses, and other people made excuses for her. All right, let me finish playing this because all of a sudden they don't have nothing to say. Okay, let's go back.
Cassie just sitting around.
The defense showed that.
Yeah.
Just her sitting around not engaging in sexual activity.
Yes.
The prosecution, when you had to have your headphones on and otherwise,
Yeah.
what were you seeing then?
There was sexual activity, but I mean, it wasn't really.
Was it force?
No, it didn't. It didn't seem forced. It was actually like pretty tame.
Really?
Yeah.
Did she?
It was just a lot of rubbing oil and stuff on there. It wasn't anything too graphic. I would say.
Let me ask you. This jury that deliberated did not find sex trafficking when it came to Cassie Ventura. They also didn't find it when it came to Jane. And I want to ask you about Jane in a moment.
Mm-hmm.
But did it surprise you when it came to Cassie Ventura that they did not convict on sex trafficking?
No, I don't. I think it was a difficult thing to prove, and I think there was always some doubt, whether, because I think what the judge says, it has to be forced. Mm-hmm. And I think the defense did show some messages where it didn't seem that it was forced.
Oh, her text messages when she talked about it.
Yeah.
That was really important to you to consider.
I think that was one aspect. Yes.
Did that make you feel that it was consensual?
It did seem like it. Yeah.
Talk to me about Jane.
Even in the videos and everything seemed very consensual.
Really?
Yeah.
How about with Jane? Obviously, she testified for several days, very emotional at times.
It was, yeah.
What did you think of her credibility? Did you believe her?
It was very again, riveting,
Mm-hmm.
Long testimony.
They know.
And I did believe her, at
Mm-hmm.
least on some parts. Some parts were a little bit didn't add up as much. Seemed a little strange.
What part seemed strange to you?
One part for me that seemed a little strange was the night, I think, when Jane was in, when they had the fight.
Yeah.
It just, the timing seemed a little like you going from like one closet to another closet to the, it just something didn't add up there.
Mm. How about the impact when you heard that her rent was being paid or her lawyer is being paid by the defendant? Did that surprise you?
That was surprising, yeah, and it was that it was still being paid.
What did you think when you heard that?
Wow, it was surprising.
I want to ask you as well about, I mean, obviously I'm talking about Diddy as if I know him. Like we know his name because he's, this very famous person. Did the fact that he was so famous, did that impact you in any way? Did you know him?
No, I did not know him.
Did you know his music at all?
No, I didn't really listen to his music.
So seeing him was just a stranger.
Pretty much. I mean, I know of him, and I know, but I don't really follow his music or the rap industry in general. So that might have been why. I think a lot of the jurors, I think if you look at their backgrounds, I don't think they were, they didn't follow this or that. I mean, that's probably why they were chosen. I was never expected to be chosen, to be honest.
Yeah, well,
I wasn't even looking for this at all.
Who would be,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
But let me ask you, the other jurors, when you would talk to them, I know you weren't allowed to deliberate at all in this, but when you talked to them, were they familiar with who he was? Did his celebrity status seem to impact them at all?
No, I don't think so. No, I think everyone was really waiting for the interpretation of the law. And
is that because you were confused about the case or because you just wanted to know your marching orders?
I think we wanted to know our marching orders and how we need to look at everything. I think we were really, I think, at least for me, we want to be, and we are asked to be as impartial as possible. So we needed to know, you hear both sides of, one side, the other side. And it's very important to know what we're actually supposed to be, ruling at and how we're supposed to be looking at it from the judge.
There was a juror who was excused close to the end of the trial. What did you know about that and why?
We weren't told, what happened. I mean, I think someone had mentioned that it was, I think he lied about where he was from or something like that. But really, we were kind of kept in like isolation from like the whole day. Not really told much, told to not, follow any news or turn off everything. Don't talk to anyone. Don't talk among yourselves about the case, which we followed. We really followed the judge's instructions. At least I did too.
So when that
speak for
person,
myself,
when that person was no longer in the chair after seeing them there for 7 weeks on end, or however many weeks it was in at that point, did you think it was odd? Did you have concerns?
No. I mean, that's why they have they call 18 people, because then they knew it was a long case, and there's probably going to be someone's going to get sick or someone's going to drop out. So that's why. So,
would you have wanted to hear Diddy testify? Would it have made a difference to you?
I don't think so. No, I don't think so.
It wouldn't have made a difference because it wouldn't have added to your understanding, or because you'd heard enough?
I think we heard enough. I don't know if it would have helped or hindered. I haven't really thought about that as much.
Yeah.
But I think it was really helpful, again, in the end, at least for what we were looking forward to. What I was looking forward to the most was just the 61-page judge instructions of how we're supposed to be charged the law.
They did find him guilty of those transportation to engage in prostitution charges. The prosecution was being very sarcastic and laughing at the idea that these men were just being paid for their time. How did you see that statement?
You mean the defense?
Mm-hmm. Well, the prosecution said that, well, yes, you're right. The defense said that they were being paid for the time. The prosecution was mocking that. Who did you believe?
No, I think the evidence to show that there was the transportation of prostitution, I think was overwhelming, and that's why the jury found him guilty on those two counts.
If you had been,
because the prosecution, not only they showed the hotel records, the bank records, the flight information. For that, I think that they proved their case beyond a reasonable doubt. If
for some reason you were to ever talk to Diddy, what would you tell him about how you saw this trial?
To be honest, I really wouldn't want to talk to him or anyone associated with that. I just wanted to kind of tell my side of the story, but I really wouldn't want to, associate with him or any of the people that are with him.
Can I ask you one more question?
Sure.
And it's about the video from the Intercontinental Hotel that you saw a lot.
Yeah, it was.
Was it did you see it?
Sometimes they did it like frame by frame by frame.
What did you think of that? Did you see it enough, too much, too little? What? I mean,
it was a very bad video. I think they showed it enough. I mean, they tried to show it both sides and
did it make a difference to you in the actual charges that you would have had to deliberate over? Because he wasn't charged with
with domestic violence. No.
Did that surprise you?
No, because I don't think domestic violence is a federal crime. So
did it cloud the way you saw the rest of the charges by seeing that video?
No, I think we looked at just what we were supposed to be, what the judge had said we were supposed to look at, and then based off of the evidence that was presented to us, they ruled in that way.
Do you think he should go to prison?
That's for the judge to decide. I mean, he was found guilty on both counts. So we're the sentencing is not up to us.
Mm-hmm.
It's not up to me. It's up to the judge, who was by the way, we were all impressed with the judge and how he was. So that the jury, I can't speak for the jury because I was an alternate,
mm-hmm.
but I think we all really much liked the judge on this case. We found him to be very fair, very stern. He was no nonsense, but the way he conducted himself, at least from what we saw, because again, we only saw the beginning, and they always had, when they had sidebars, they would have the white noise, so
mm-hmm.
couldn't actually hear what's being discussed. But we were always impressed with the judge.
Hundreds of pages of notes, weeks of trial. Thank you for telling us what you were thinking.
No problem. Thank you.
All right. So that was the interview, y'all. That was the interview. All right. Sean Combs will sue your favorite living content creator soon, y'all. Keep lying. Love is so much. Love is funny. Hey, come on up, Sean. Sean, come on up. Sean, come on up. Sean, come on up. Come on up. Love is funny. Oh, Sean. Oh, no one is showing the interview. Why? Anyone? Oh, okay. No one is showing this interview. Why? Anyone? Oh, okay. Love, can I guess? I know who you are, right? Come on, Dom. Come on up. Come on, y'all. I want to hear y'all. Come on up. Come on, Dom. I want to hear you, Dom. Sean G and I talked about it earlier. Sean G and I talked about the statute of limitation on Cassie. We talked about it. Why was Diddy under the table? He was praying. He was praying. I forgot to tell you guys. He was praying. He had gotten on his knees because basically he was thanking God for God, what God did for him. He was thanking God. He was praying. He put his hand, prayed first while he was sitting. Then he turned around and thanked every single one of those jurors. And then he got on his knees when the juror left the room and got on, because he didn't want to do it in front of the jurors. He got on his knees and he was thanking God. Yep, he was thanking God. He knew who did it for him. He knew it was God and not just the attorneys, but it was God. God coming through those attorneys to get him off. So that is what happened. Sean, you coming up? Come on, Sean G. How can you come up? Just click the link that I put in the chat. Just click that link and come on up. I just put the link in there. Just click that link and come on up. You doubt that it was God that he was praying to? Why would you doubt that? He even said in Jesus' name when he closed his prayer. So why would you say something like that? Did I put in the chat? Just click that link and take
What's up, Sylvie?
Hey Raven, turn down the YouTube on the side. Hey Dom. Okay, y'all. Go ahead fellas. Go ahead, Dom first and then Raven.
Nah, go ahead. Well, I just wanted to be brief. I think it's crazy how people are kind of going after people who are saying that the law worked. I'm happy that the law worked. It's not the fact that Diddy got off. You see what I'm saying? Because yeah, Diddy does need help in certain areas of his life, clearly. You know what I'm saying? Based on what we've seen and heard. But at the same time, you can't hold what he got found not guilty for against him. Because the prosecution didn't bring the correct witnesses or prosecute the case how they think it should have been applied to those laws. He was found not guilty. That's not fair to still hold that against him. You can hold the 2 charges that he got found guilty on, but that's why I don't like what's going on. And again, it all worked how it should have worked. And it happens to be a black man. That's why I'm happy for it. You see what I'm saying? Because had he got convicted for RICO, sex trafficking, they would be coming for everybody. Just regular people too, and try to get them for that. You fly somebody out, that's sex trafficking. Legitimate. If you fly somebody out, you have sex with them, you buy them something, and then they turn around and say, this or that, that's sex trafficking. So that's why I'm glad the outcome came out how it should be. And I think he's going to get sentenced from 2 to 4 years and probably I think he'll be out by the end of this year, but he's going to sit for, a few more months. That's my opinion.
Thank you. Okay, Raven.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Hey, Sean G.
Sylvie, what's up? What's going on?
Hey. Go ahead, Raven.
I just wanted to say to Sean G, thank you for the great, amazing content. I learned so much. And I owe you something, man. I apologize about the little confusion earlier.
It's all good, Ravens. It's just that we don't, you know what I'm saying? Especially with a case this serious, speculation and going off of hearsay has no room, in my opinion, for this case, because we heard a lot of the nonsense and all the bullshit going back 6-7 months, and none of that stuff came out in the testimony, in the real testimony.
I was hoping to get to talk to you for a couple minutes because I even showed my mother some of your videos.
Thank you.
She thought you were biased to Puffy. And I'm like, no, this man is based on facts.
Right.
As
right.
you say.
If Puff was wrong, if on the days when it wasn't good for Puff, I said that. On the days when it was good for Puff, I said that.
You did.
I would have, I was going to report what I heard, because, this thing is, and see, I saw a lot of bloggers and a lot of people out there, mainstream media, YouTubers, TikTokers, just sitting in the same courtroom with me and go outside and just say something totally different from what we heard. And I just chose not to do that.
What bothers me is there was another YouTube content creator that exposed the real truth about the situation. And I'm like, this guy is absolutely right, because the previous day on Tuesday, was it Tuesday? I think it was Tuesday. He said, and I quote, "A lot of content creators are going to be lying tomorrow." So you are one of the ones, and you too, Sylvia. You two both kept it real, and I'm sending you guys all the flowers I can.
And Ravenspan, I want to thank you for following me on my channel and all your support, man. I really, really appreciate it. I do.
Just
Yeah,
sending all my love from Canada.
Shout
definitely.
out to Canada.
Thank you, Raven. Go ahead, Sean G. Take it over because we want to hear from you today.
What you want to talk about?
We wanted to, first of all, let's talk about that statute of limitation. Because I talked to them about it with Cassie's Mann Act. The 5-year statute of limitation has already expired, and how is it that they're using that as a reason to hold him? Well, they're using James as well too. So
Yeah, I got in touch with somebody that's connected with Puffy's legal team, and he said that they were already discussing that earlier today. So
okay,
they already up on it. I don't think, I think Judge Submaranian, he's only 2 years on the bench. He doesn't have the backbone to say, because he pretty much told Puffy he was going to let him go when Mark Agnifilo was making the case for him to get out yesterday, right? To go home that day. Even asking Puffy, you don't want to go back to MDC Brooklyn, right? Puffy was like, nah. And then he let Maureen Comey get up, and then we're gonna come back and all that old bullshit, which was the same shit he did in the Juror 6 thing. And he comes back and he makes a totally different decision. But it really doesn't matter. This is good. Puffy won. He was facing death. He was facing life in prison. He was facing 30 years. He was facing never teaching his 5-year-old daughter how to ride a bike, how to tie a sneaker. He was facing never going to the park with his 5-year-old daughter. And now he's going to be able to do that, right? He was facing asset forfeiture. He was facing death, right? He was going to go to a maximum security United States penitentiary, a USP, where you got to take showers with your boots on, right? He's not going there now. If he does get any time, I looked at the guideline range. I put a video up today. The guideline range is from, he's base level 14, base offense level 14. Here is the sentencing guidelines table. Base offense level 14 is 15 months to 21 months. Even though he's got 2 counts, they're going to run those to concurrent, and they're not going to run them consecutive. I don't give a shit what Maureen Comey says and all of this stuff in the media. He's doing 20 years. He is not going to do 20 years. He has a 0 criminal history. The judge can do an upward departure when you're sentenced in the federal system. His guideline range is 15 to 21. So if the judge, if he had this was his 3rd offense, or he had a track record for doing all this other criminal stuff, the judge could say, you know what? Your guideline range is 15 to 21 months, but I'm going to go outside of that. I'm going to give you 42 months because of your criminal history. Conversely, on the flip side of that coin, his base offense level is 15 to 21 months. The judge could do a downward departure and say, you know what, Puff, you haven't gotten in any trouble. We haven't caught you with any contraband. You've been a model prisoner. There has been no infractions. You have, no criminal history. I'm going to downward depart from the 15 months, and I'm going to give you 7 months. You know what I'm saying? So there's not going to be all of this nonsense you see on TV, 20 years. That's all hype. That's the same hype that they said that he was gay. No gay stuff came out. That was the same hype that they said that he messed with little people, little children. None of that came out in the testimony. Everything they said in the news, I went to the trial, Sylvia, to hear it firsthand, and it never came.
Yep. And then, there are people on the internet saying, oh, the government is holding back. They're holding some evidence back for what?
Nonsense.
That sounds so stupid. Why do you think they would not throw all the guns out right now to make sure they get him?
Nonsense. Nonsense. They said that same thing after Cassie took the
especially
stand.
with children. Especially with children.
Right.
They're scared.
They said the same thing with Cassie when Cassie got off the stand and pretty much was a defense witness helping Puff. They said, "Oh man, you know this is just the first week, man. They got something. They gonna blow his wig back next week. It's 6 weeks." Never came. Never came.
I have a question. John G, this question is for you because you made a comment about the Diddy's defense team. And, you know, shout out to them. They were an absolute unit. Like, I am so proud of them. They won. They won this case. Do you think they're working on getting the First Man Act charge dismissed? The Jane one?
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. They're on it. You know, Mark Agnifilo he ran the federal prosecution's office in New Jersey. He was the chief of that office.
Yep.
Right. So he's got connections in the SDNY, Eastern District of New York, New Jersey. This isn't some guy who just became a lawyer. This is a well-connected man. And you know what was crazy throughout the trial? No matter what kind of trick up the sleeve the assistant U.S. attorneys and the prosecution tried to pull, he knew it before. He knew he was ready for it, no matter what they did. And I said to myself, I said, Mark has got somebody in the Southern District of New York or in the Eastern District of New York watching everything they do and calling him on the phone and giving him a heads up because they couldn't pull nothing over on Puff.
You got it. You got it, Sean G. And also, Brian Steele is a great appeal lawyer. And when he was doing YSL, he was the same way. He had people telling him what to do. And when they came down on Brian Steele, you should have seen it was 100 lawyers gonna back him 100%. See, they got to understand, for one thing, Mark put together a great team. He put together a team that gonna benefit Puff.
No, that was Puff who put the team together.
But he didn't know. But let me tell you something. He didn't go as far as go to Georgia to get Brian Steele and Westmore. He didn't do that. He did not do that. Because remember now, Puff wanted the other lawyer. God, I can't think of his name. But he was doing something with someone else, or he couldn't join in or whatever. But what I'm on here to talk about one thing, and I just want to I just can't understand why people can't get in their head. The man was found guilty. I mean, not guilty under the harsh charges. He was found guilty on the less charges. Why do they still want him to go to prison for life? I just can't understand how America thinks. I mean, I thought this country was built on innocent until proven guilty. And when you're proven guilty and you're guilty of what you're proven of. So why are we keep going backwards and forwards on the same thing? Leave it alone, man. America, leave it alone. The man was found guilty on the lesser charges. The man is, nobody's biased. Nobody's trying to, you love Puff. You love Puff. You said this guy, I wish I could have flew to New York because I know I would have been probably protesting and probably ended up in jail because this guy named Mike that was standing out there, he was going crazy. And the lady even had a free Puff shirt. She stood up there beside him, and the first thing, get that away from me. Get that away from me. This dude was going out of his mind because he really wanted this guy to go to prison for life. But you got to watch how you push things on people because what goes around come around.
Sidebar.
Integrity ain't never going out of style.
You ain't never went out of style. I ain't never going out of style.
Hey, Udango.
Salute.
Salute to you all, man. You content creators are the absolute best. Uda, your videos have a lot of charm, comedy.
Okay, y'all. Can we let the others speak? Raven, hold up. Uda first, then Cream, and then Lady the Tea Lounge. Go ahead, Uda.
Salute. Peace to everybody on the panel. Salute to everybody in the chat. You already know the vibes. Yeah, I don't know, man. I just think it's not even just that. When it comes to, first of all, this case should never even been a case. That's the first things first. We just got to be, and me personally, like I said, I came with a bias against Puff when I was there, and I still have my bias that I have against Puff. But that's because I had my bias against Puff. Doesn't mean that I had to have the bias against his mother or his family. And I could just let the evidence speak for what it was. And what was sold to us, like I said, it was put like a movie, bro. And the trailer to this movie was better than the actual movie. Characters to this movie that we thought would have been in this movie wasn't there. We got the starlet, which was Cassie. We got this villain that they said was the villain is Diddy. And then we got like Jane and other people that came in kind of like a starlet, but not as much as Cassie because you ain't been there like Cassie. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like I said, I knew that the Rico most likely would have been beat. The ex-traffickings most likely, but he would have got caught up on the Tusans. Most likely he'd have got caught up on those. But my thing was he going to get caught up on both of them? Was he going to get caught up on Jane's and his? But the way they charged this, they charged it in a way that with the Rico and then the two charges. So if you're guilty of one, 9 times out of 10, you're going to be guilty of the next one. So it's just how they charged it. So like I said, anybody that's mad should be mad at a Diddy supporter, a person that hate Diddy, a person, anybody, even in the defense or Brian Steele or anybody. They should be mad at the government because the government is the one who failed you. Because the government could have probably charged Diddy in the state and he'd have had to plead guilty because it'd have been domestics, it'd have been all these things that he'd have had to actually plead guilty to. And it'd probably never been a trial and would have been no us there. But they went and swung for the fences and they failed. So just blame the government for that. Don't blame nobody else.
Amen. Cream.
Yeah, how you doing?
I'm good.
Let me give y'all a real story. So, right, I was signed. My manager was Ed Woods. So if you watch that case, you should know when I call that name what it really is. Ed Woods managed me, Cassie, Ryan Leslie, Corey Guns. We was all under Tommy Mottola at Casablanca. The only thing I didn't like about that whole case is this. They try to make it like Cassie played this little girl. She was never a little girl. She was ahead of the time anyway. That's real facts. The problem is like I ain't never understood why nobody, nobody actually told these stories. Ed done died. So he ain't here. Gwen, she was the CEO of Bad Boy at the time. Nobody said nothing. Rich Dollars, Love and Hip Hop, all of us was there together. Nobody said nothing. They let Cassie sit like an angel. Olivia, these are facts. I just ain't understood why nobody. But I get it, but because Diddy's tactics businessly was different. Jock didn't say nothing. Block didn't say nothing. Just let him sit there. Cassie didn't just start this shit. She was on it from day one. These are facts.
When you
I
said she
don't,
was on it from day one, what are you talking about?
because she was dating Ryan from day one. That's who she was with. So to say like she was this 19-year-old girl and Diddy groomed her in the industry, yada yada yada. Like no disrespect. Yo, I got love for Cassie, but she was never no real talent. Ryan was the talent. That's just absolutely real. Like Ryan was he's the he was that whole next selection. That was his company. Nobody knew, like, I mean, Ed was kind of shopping everybody because Diddy was Ed's man. He was trying to he was trying to take everybody to Bad Boy. His wife was the CEO. of Bad Boy. This is real facts. Rich Dollars and Fat Tommy was ahead of the street team for Bad Boy at that time when she got there. Hell, I did the first remix to the Me and You record. Jock was the artist on it. Well, Jock wasn't the original artist. They took the original artist off and put Jock on it because he wasn't signed to Bad Boy at the time. So Cassie was never like when she took her deal at Bad Boy. She never really, she just moved the way she wanted to move. She didn't talk to Ed no more. She didn't talk to Ryan no more. She was, you know what I'm saying? She was happy with that. Now, these are facts. And because I do fuck with Sean and I do like Sylvia, what you've been doing. And I'm just telling facts. I don't understand why there's nobody really saying this.
I don't think anybody know like you know, and I think that's the problem.
Well, they're not saying it. And this is true. These are facts. Cassie was a next selection artist. She was known Bad Boy at first. She was with Ryan. Ryan is my age. And we about, what, 10 years younger than Diddy? So she wasn't innocent and grew up. I don't get it. That's why I'm looking at Rich. Everybody's sitting around like they scared to say it. Like, no, bro. Like, it didn't go down like that. It just didn't. These are facts. Now I get why most of the industry didn't go step in no room for Puff because you can't. You know what I'm saying? You just couldn't.
But is it because everybody's afraid of their career and things like that?
It's a branding thing. Like if I got a deal with Nike, and Nike is with the program. If I
All
talk
about
Puff,
money.
Nike's gonna cut me off. I can't do that. Like everybody not free. All it's really niggas is still slaves out here. They don't want to admit it, but they are. Now I'm giving you actual facts. I've been in the industry like 30 years. Niggas are really still slaves. Nobody's operating with their own money. They using them boys' money. And if you using their money, you gotta stick to it. This is real. I'm being honest. You know what I'm saying? Like, good example. A lot of people will not really say why Kanye showed up. But everybody in the game know why Kanye showed up. They know. Kanye showed up because he's not owned by anybody. He jumped out the window. He jumped out the window with all that Nazi, the Jew thing. He not owned by anybody. He don't have an entity. Jay can't do it. Rock Nation is Live Nation on the low, but a lot of people just don't know it. These are honest facts. This is the truth. That's what's really going on. So a lot of people ain't gonna talk. They can't talk. They are part of, and it sounds like, oh, it could be an Illuminati or you think it's a circle. No, it ain't no circle. It's just that they own everything.
Cream Cash, I got a comment. I want to confirm to your point. I have a friend, and he said that celebrities don't own anything. It's all tied to their businesses. So it's fortunate you brought that point up.
Absolutely. I'm telling you, somebody, I've been in the game. I've been around. I can walk in this room right now. My wife is in the other room. She'll tell you, yeah, this is the way this really go. It is no, the millionaires are not us. When the millionaires become us, things get different. A la Tyler Perry. I don't watch Tyler Perry. I don't support it because I think that he makes a black man look bad every time he can, but he owns his own studio. That means he owns a part of what they don't want him to have. So yeah, he got to walk on. He's on ice every time he come outside now. till they find out a way to take it from him.
They're trying right now to take it from him.
These are facts. I'm telling you how it seemed crazy. The music industry seems big, but it's small. It really is small. It seemed big. I'm just being honest. It really is. Like I said, I'm saying it certified. I know Rich Dollars personally. I know Olivia personally. All of us together. Corey Guns, Ed Woods, which you can go look. We all were managed by the same person. Ryan Leslie, all us, Cassie, everybody. We was at a company called Casablanca, ran by Tommy Mottola. These are facts.
Do you know Diddy personally at all by chance?
No, I met Diddy like 3 times. The first time I met him, because they say the Harlem thing, but he really represent Mount Vernon like that because that's when Christian was playing football. These are things you can go check. Like my homie, the football team that I was there with my guy Jello, Tone, and Poker. I don't know if y'all remember them. They called track masters.
How are all these
And
allegations?
he also went to a all boys Christian school in Mount Vernon.
But this is Pop Warner football.
Yep, he did play Pop Warner football.
His son was the quarterback. Pop Warner football. At the time, I was running with my guy. I ain't gonna call his name because I ain't gonna put him out there. But however it go, we was at Trackmasters, Staten Island. You know what I'm saying? Like, and Tone and Pope, Trackmasters. The craziest thing when you look at it, how they take it from you. Trackmasters did all R. Kelly's major records.
How is Diddy's personality?
I mean, like I said, I met him twice. His son had just won a football game the day I met him. The second time I met him, he had a mohawk running the marathon.
I mean, did he seem approachable? You know, like he just wanted to be in his own space?
No, he just seemed like he was a guy that was up.
He wasn't no mean person or nothing like that. I mean, that's persona.
No, it wasn't that. Yeah, he was the guy that was winning.
I never bought any of these lies against him.
No,
I knew all
can't
them
say,
lies.
I won't even say if it's a lie or not. I can't tell you what he was doing on his personal side or what, none of that. You know what I'm saying? All I can tell you is 50 Cent was signed to Trackmasters too. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole How to Rob records, all them, everybody know everybody. Everybody know everybody. If you in, you in. And it was like, you know what I'm saying? Like Stevie J, that's my guy. Stevie used to be when he was in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? We was in Patchwork. Everybody know everybody. It's not no thing that the way Puff act or a persona. All I can tell you is what I know. From what I seen around all the guys I know at Bad Boy, and Rich Dollars is my guy. And that is sickening that he ain't said nothing. I ain't seen none of this. None of that, nothing. All the gay rumors, none of it. That's why I gotta stand with Jock a little bit. Jock be like, yo, he don't be all the way saying, yo, bro, I ain't, cuz you ain't see none of it. If Diddy got the funny thing going on, I don't know. Like I said, I met him myself twice personally.
But look, even with the case that went on, they said there were going to be children.
There was no children, man. Cut it out.
Exactly.
I've been to a real Diddy party. A real Diddy party is not at his house with hidden slaves. He did a Diddy. The party I went to was the All-Star game was in Philly. Now this is on record. Now I can say his name. I don't know if y'all remember. There's a group called the Lost Boys. The front man to the Lost Boys is named Cheeks, Mr. Cheeks. He had a record. He went solo, and it's called Lights, Camera, Action. That's my homie. We was in Philly at Diddy's party. It's a regular. Now, what they do when the doors close is what everybody in the industry do with the doors closed. Everybody.
It
I
ain't
got,
just him. It's everybody.
I got one more quick question for you there, Cream Cash. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this. Have you heard about this Ali Carter, and do you think all what she's saying is bogus?
That
I
lady,
I,
that
I,
lady's crazy.
I seen the Ali Carter stuff,
Yes,
but
what do you think?
my opinion, I did see it, but I ain't never paid attention to it because she could just do what she. This is the girl from Cali, right? The brown skin girl.
Yeah.
Yes, she claims she's Tupac's daughter or something,
Uh,
allegedly. I
Tupac?
also
yeah, she.
Oh Lord, there's a lot. No, okay.
No, she could allegedly just go if it's real. She clout chasing. Go to the court. Go do what you need to do.
I agree.
Like I mean, that's
Sylvia,
clout chasing.
that
Yeah.
situation about children, that came from a dude that was suing Puff that said that, but he would
Yeah,
after
but
they did an investigation or whatever. I think his name was Lil Rod or something like that. But
I'm, tell,
anything,
I'm telling
he
you
pulled
myself personally.
he
Earlier,
pulled that paperwork. That paperwork, that's not even in his lawsuit. He had two lawsuits. The first one, he pulled it because his lawyer said don't do it because they put up 3 pictures and the girls came out and said that they wasn't young, they was older and they was at a party and none of that happened. So they pulled the 3 girls and they dropped that and they re-entered a new paperwork from what I understand. And the paperwork, they took kids
well,
out of it.
I'm gonna
So
say,
people ran with it. People ran
I'm
with
gonna
it.
say this. I don't know about Lil Rod. I was when Stevie J is a solid. I mean, I don't want to say negative, vulgar language on Sylvia Joint, but Stevie J is who he is, and to me one on with him, he's a real nigga, bro. Like he not gonna stand on something. He just not. That love and hip. That's some. That's it's all reenacted. Like he not gonna do that. And Stevie J, like Chucky Thompson, Rich Kraft, Stevie J. These the homies. He not gonna stand on that. I ain't never heard no Lil Rod, and I can't go there. When me and Stevie J was doing the love and hip hop thing, and he was running around with Jocelyn. I mean, no, I don't believe the Lil Rod story. I'm absolutely like one of the greatest writers, and she bisexual, was over there with him. Why she ain't say it? Why she ain't say nothing? Why she ain't naming all this stuff? And she was on her way up. She could have just clout chased right now and been up. Because she one of the best writers in the music industry right now. She ain't do it. Why Janelle Monáe ain't say nothing? I'm just saying this. I felt like I don't know what Puff did. I ain't gonna, cause I ain't in the conspiracy thing, but to me, he just pissed off the wrong people.
I agree.
That's what happened. Me too. Hmm. Yeah. And like I said, I think everybody should chill on that. My thing is the man was found not guilty on those charges, but they still trying to put him in prison for life. And the man only got guilty on lesser charges. Man, let it roll. The man need to go home if he didn't do from what I understand and what I seen. I never from day one didn't believe in Rico. I said that from day one. I said I don't see it, and they got to prove it to me.
Man, listen, Puff case today saved the music industry, winning.
Amen.
He won. He saved what? If they was gonna get away with that with him, they was gonna get everybody.
They were coming for y'all.
Everybody
Every
done
black.
it. Like he saved it today. Like I don't care. Like I get it. I'm not for what happened. Like him and Cassidy, the fights, they always happening. Everybody knows that
Every
already.
black man that looked black, they were coming.
But we all seen it. Every man and every woman, they all in there. Everybody done got to fighting with their spouse. Everybody. I seen way worse than what happened to her. Everybody done got to fighting with their spouse. It's just unfortunately.
I never fought with my spouse.
No, you seen somebody else's spouse do it then.
Yeah, I've seen other people fight. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So everybody has seen it. Unfortunately, he's a billionaire.
You know what I'm saying? He got caught on camera. He tried to hide it, and it is what it is. That don't mean he's now. I ain't gonna. Gotta be honest. Diddy ain't got the best business tactics. He don't. If he did, his reputation in the business is what it is. But it didn't matter to if you're a new young artist and you trying to get up. Man, I'm from the projects. You can tell me what you want. I can go from the projects to a Maybach. Cut it out. They're gonna do it. But you want to make him say, well, he need to give him half his business? No, that's not gonna happen. He didn't do anything else that if you signed to Atlantic or Interscope, Jimmy Iovine was gonna do the same thing to you. Absolutely. Tubby was gonna do the same thing to you. Like, they all gonna do the same thing. So, like, you can't get me, like, you don't walk through the door that way. No way. Like, it's just stripes. It just don't work that way. So I don't get upset at he's a bad businessman, the bad contracts. No. He started that way. Everybody failed to realize that. You don't come in here, you don't walk in McDonald's the first day and be the manager, right?
Right.
Right?
That's
Yeah.
right.
Work your
Right.
way up.
I want to ask a question to everyone. When the verdict was read, want to have some fun here now. How was everyone's reaction?
You didn't listen to my live. I gave them the live yesterday, the reaction.
Oh, I mean, I didn't for Lovely Lady, Cream Cash, the Tea Lounge, and Udon Go.
Oh,
I know your reaction. You were happy, but for me personally, I was sitting in my living room and I saw the count, and I'm like, oh my god, and I started like freaking out and cheering. I'm like screaming yes so loudly.
I didn't
I
really
wasn't shocked. I wasn't shocked at all. I knew.
wasn't
I
shocked either.
said from day one. I said
Yeah,
from day
I wasn't
one,
shocked.
the man was not. It was not a RICO. Everybody was putting the domestic violence and the RICO together, and that's crazy. And Cassie, what I said it. I said it, and I'm not gonna bite my tongue. I don't care who don't like it or who don't like me. I don't give a hoot. I said what I said.
Yeah,
And what I
I wasn't.
said was the man was not guilty on RICO, and Cassie and Jane and whoever else was all involved in this mess. And they
Well,
set the man up. They got
100%.
tired of it and they start setting him up. They start keeping information. They start doing what they have to do to get what they want to get out of it.
I couldn't agree. I wasn't shocked either. Mine was more of, I didn't understand how you get the Mann Act and sex trafficking. They kind of the same thing. I just didn't understand how it happened that way, but you know what I'm saying? I really thought I thought he was going to take it all because the case was really weak.
Yeah.
It was no RICO. The sex trafficking thing, man, come on. They knew. This is what makes it crazy. They knew. They knew. And I'm telling you, they knew. They knew what was up. That's why I'm trying to, the media, seeing, every time you turn on, even TMZ at one point, Harvey was like, I was like, yo, Harvey, you serious?
They were,
Like, you know.
they were
I'm telling you, they knew. They know. They knew. They knew what was up. Diddy and Cassie thing was not new.
If
It
anybody
was
was shocked, it was
new.
Puff. Puff didn't know that. If anybody was shocked, it was Puff because Puff was shocked that he didn't know that they all teamed up to
Man,
go
there was
at him.
already
And he was
videos.
left there.
There was
That's why
already
he fell to his knees.
there was already videos of Cassie and
guys,
him doing that, running around.
one at a time. People can't hear y'all because the system messes up. One at a time.
All I'm saying is this: there were already video. Yo, 50 said it too already. There was already videos of the freak off thing with him and Cassie running around the industry already. It was already out there. This is not new. It wasn't. I'm just telling you, it wasn't new. Absolutely wasn't new. And I'm telling you, like, this everything I love. My manager was named Ed Woods, and Cassie's was too. We are all together. Me, I don't know if y'all familiar with Corey Guns. Corey Guns is Peter Guns' son. Yeah. Peter Guns did a deal with Def Jam with Jay-Z at one time, and he left and he went to Cash Money with Lil Wayne. He's on the Millie remix. Olivia did a deal with 50 Cent. She was over there for 5 minutes. She got her latest record is called December. I wrote that record. It's out of control. Like, they knew. This wasn't that new. Puff was on another level he's on another level. Literally. And if it was something different and he was that, you wouldn't be getting it now. It would have been happened. That's
Okay. Tea Lounge?
no.
Okay, she's not.
My bad. I
And
got
like
hungry. My bad. I got hungry and started eating. Hold on.
Hold on. Let me,
I hear you.
oh, there it is.
And like I say, the only person that was shocked was Puff, because he didn't know that they all was going to get together and do this thing. He said it out his own mouth. Allegedly, this was said. He was shocked. He didn't know that he was going under all of this here what he was going through, or he'd have been prepared and ready to go. They all came together and got this man all messed up in this mess. I mean, he had part of it too. All of them was doing it. All of them.
Could we let somebody else? Go ahead, Uda.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Uda. Because I'm trying to get everybody to say something.
She talking. She said she was talking. Right.
No, I was just gonna say that for me, I just didn't know. I mean, I guess I knew because I kept saying, if we're having this kind of a debate outside of the courtroom, I'm sure it's the same sort of thing going on in the deliberation room. I just didn't know if there was gonna be someone there who was gonna really just stand 10 toes down in what they saw, So I had a little bit of like anxiety or whatever waiting for the verdict. Though unfortunately, I didn't make it to the courthouse in time. I had thought that they would deliberate a little bit longer. So by the time I got there, if they had waited 20 minutes, I would have been in the courthouse. But I got the call like a few stops away from the courthouse, and someone told me what the verdict was, and that was pretty much what I was saying, thinking it was going to be from the beginning. So
Yeah, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. When I went up there, though, I went up in the court because I be outside a lot. But I went up in the court for that, And when I got upstairs, everybody was like, the room was packed. You know what I'm saying? When I got up there, it's like I went up there maybe like the right before they just said it. I ran upstairs and I got there, and everybody was standing up in the court, and I was like. And then they just started to read it. So I was confused at first, you know what I'm saying? Because they said juror number 2, I guess this person was reading it probably, but I don't know. It's because remember I just ran in there. They was just doing it right now. And it said juror number 2, how do you something on count 1? And they said not guilty. So I'm waiting to see. I hear everybody like, oh, but I'm like, are they going to say somebody else got to say that this like another not guilty on this thing, or is just not guilty on it, period? So I'm like, all right, cool. I guess it's not guilty on the RICO. So that was good. But then I heard he said like another not guilty. So I'm like, all right, wait a minute. What's going on here? And then they said a guilty. I was like, oh. I'm like in the middle of the aisle now. I'm on the floor of the middle of the aisle of the court. I swear to God, like, oh. Then they said another not guilty, and they said a guilty again. I was like, oh. So I ran out the court after that. After we heard the verdict, everybody runs out the court. We running for elevators, pressing elevators. No. Close the door. We run in the door, kind of go downstairs to get the story out. So I'm thinking the whole time, I'm like, damn, they rocked them. They gave him a trafficking and a touche and a Cassie. That's what I thought. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, if they did that, that's crazy. Then I'm figuring it out because I'm in the elevator with everybody. They're like, nah, he got the 2 tuition charges. I'm like, all right, I figured that anyway, because if they give him one, you're gonna get the other one. That's how the prosecution tailored this case in such of a way. They charged them with the two of those, and the one of that. So even if they fail on the one, and they could fall on one of them, then they're gonna get you for the other one. Or if you fall on the other one, you'll get you for the other one of that. So that's how they kind of tried this case. You know what I'm saying? So it was crazy, man. I'm not even gonna lie, it was ups. We seen them energy go up to down, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, like I said, I didn't come there on the supportive day. I didn't come there like that. Honestly, I didn't. But I could see the case for what it is, you know what I'm saying? Most definitely. And yeah, I was happy for him. I was happy for him that he beat that Rico. Me personally, I got a lot of friends. Me personally, I was living a lifestyle like that, you know what I'm saying, where everybody that you know is trying to duck a Rico, you know what I'm saying? So, and I watched a lot of my friends and people that I know go up against those kinds of people in that same building that that a lot of people are just going to for a Diddy today. I've been there, you know what I'm saying? And, to see him beat that was a lot. To beat the Rico is crazy. I never seen nobody beat a Rico, period, in life. You know what I'm saying? He just did something that was crazy. He just not only, like bro said, saved the industry, but he also saved his whole lineage because all of his money was made through legal businesses. Regardless if he was doing some weirdo Rico, whatever you want to call it, his money was made through legal businesses. Does that mean that his great, 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 great grandcombs that's coming up deserve to be broke for the rest of life? Why? Just because he was bugging at the times? That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy, man. And especially if it's black people that's saying that, it's kind of crazy because that us as black people, we always got to start from the beginning with nothing. Every one of us, our kids is going to have to go get a job at like 16, 16 or whatever and get their thing going on. Like we never have nothing to leave to our kids. Like that's one of our greatest dreams. If you dream like me, is to be able to leave some to our kids and our kids or remember. But imagine that we could set at least two generations, our kids and our grandkids or maybe our grandkids' kids. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? Don't take that. You know what I mean? They was about to take Bad Boys. They was about to go into trust funds, take that. They was about to take the mom's houses and all that. You know what I mean? It's too much. It's too much. For that case right there, for them two Tushin things, that's too much for all of that. I'm sorry.
And the wild part about that, Uda, is there's a reason why they seize the assets when it comes to Rico, because it's criminal activity when it comes to getting money illegally. All he had was money going out for all of his different addictions, whether it was his lust addiction and his drug his substance use. All of that stuff was money going out. The reason why they seize it is because it's supposed to be a criminal enterprise where they are, if there are trafficking people or if they're selling people, they're getting money for it. They're getting money for the substances. They're getting money for these things. That's why they seize it, because you got it. These are ill-gotten gains. But in this case, this goes to show you right then and there what this was really about. Y'all was gonna seize his assets, and he didn't even make money from any of these alleged crimes. It's crazy.
Absolutely.
Absolutely crazy.
Absolutely. Do y'all understand and like Diddy for what he's accomplished in the music business? I don't believe like the drug thing when I'm like, yo, he's a functional junkie. For real. He
That's what he
running
was.
like it's nobody makes it that far. Not on drugs.
He's a genius, actually, bro.
Like absolutely, bro. He's like do you understand how you move it? You got to understand the music business. First of all, I don't even understand how everybody mad talking about drugs and alcohol. I've never done a session in my life where both weren't there.
Facts. Me too.
Ever.
That's what I do in music, bro.
I've never done a session in music. Nothing where both won't there. They're both there. Day one. I've never done a recording session, dragging session, production session. Both are there.
Both are
I've
there.
never done one.
I admit both are there, bro. Both
So
are there.
for me to hear when they was talking about like if I hand somebody a blunt that's distribute, they get ready to get everybody. Everybody. I've never done a session in music where they both ain't there. Ever.
Yeah.
I've never done it.
And that's why, listen, we got to be careful though, because the way things are thrown at people is like that. It comes behind a cause. You know what I mean? But the cause is something that follows the cause. Like first is this person, then it's everybody else. So sometimes we got to be careful on what we jump behind, because you know what I'm saying? Because once they do that, let's say that, because they got him caught up in a one-man freako, because ain't no Rico, it's a freako, homie. So they got him caught up in this one-man freako. Now that could be damn near any average American then, because once you got the means to get something done, this is the one thing. Then let's say this your wife. This is your wife. You drunk. Let's say you cheated on your wife. Let's just take it away from Diddy. Look, you cheated on your wife. She got you in the doghouse. She don't want to have no sex with you, no nothing. You in the doghouse on the couch type vibes. You good with that for a couple of days. One day you drunk. You come home. You take it. So that's basically grape. I don't care what you say, even if it's your wife, you're graped up, right? So not only do that, you say tomorrow, the next day, listen, man, she's already mad at you because you cheated. She's mad because you graped her just now too. You say, you know what? Nah, we going to Tennessee or somewhere. We going to Pennsylvania, wherever you want to go, across the states. You driving, you tell her, get in the car. She got to go. She get in the car, you go to Pennsylvania, all of that happened. You passed her some trees because she here already. She mad at you because she done smoked some drugs or did with some D-rugs with you. So cool. She did all of that. You do it again to her. So basically, you raped her twice because she don't want to give you none because remember you cheated. She think you're unclean, all type of things that girls feel. So all of this happens. Now you get caught up in a trafficking RICO and you done distributed some somethings to your wife and all this other stuff because she's mad. This is craziness.
And then that's when the government steps in and
Absolutely.
start going all through your personal life and because she don't win and put you in jail and or saying
Facts.
all of this what you don't done to her because she trying to come back at you for what you did. Now mind you, it can go either way. The man can do the woman the same way. If she don't went out there and mess with some man and come home and he found out and all of this and that and he gets mad and he could say the same thing. I mean, it's both ways. It's not a
It's both
one-way
ways.
street.
Absolutely.
Both ways. Both ways.
Like, so good example when they say, oh, Cassie was trapped. No, Cassie had dropped a record. She could have left Bad Boy when she wanted, cut a deal with another label. They done gave it to her already. She had her numbers was up. She could have left and did a deal with a whole nother label.
Yep.
They'd have gave it to her and said, okay, yo, work it out. Let's go. See, like, thing is with the music business, when they say, yo, you trapped, no, she had a brand already. Literally, she had a brand already.
Cassie wanted to do
But
that.
bro, she left the talent. Are you hearing? Bro, Ryan Leslie is one of the greatest producers I ever been in a room with.
He's dope.
Like real, like you got to understand, like, so they threw Ryan name around like he's some kind of regular guy.
No, Ryan's dope.
He's not a regular guy.
Ryan's a genius.
He's one of the he's a genius. Like he's one of the greatest dudes. The dude can play everything. And he's not the writing. Like some of your favorite records, he's on them. You just don't know it.
Yeah.
So that's what I couldn't understand. Why did he bring her to Puff? And he's this big because I heard that. I heard he was this big.
Hold on. I'm going to say that because
he didn't do that.
He didn't bring her to Puff. That
He
wasn't the
went to
situation.
Puff.
I'm gonna say this again. I signed a deal. Me and my brother. Cassie was already there. Corey Guns was there. Ryan Leslie was there. It was under Tommy Mottola. But Ed was that was Puff's guy. Like his wife was you can go look at this thing. She was the CEO, the vice president of Bad Boy, Ed's wife. So it wasn't one of those things. Like it wasn't like it was already there. He didn't take her to Puff. Ed was like, here it is. Like Cassie, the Me and You record, a lot of people don't even know this, but that record was kind of already up before Bad Boy got on it.
Yeah, it was. It was out before that.
It was already popping.
Yeah, it was already. Because I'm Ryan. Yeah, they've been there.
Yeah, like Yeah, I mean, you got to understand how we all know who Diddy is. Diddy does, he gets on the record, he ad-lib. He is not ad-libbing on that record at all. The record was already winning. He just put the machine behind it. And then it went all the way. You know what I'm saying? Cassie is not, I hate to say it because I don't want to do that, but Cassie's not a full-fledged artist. And you can tell that. She has 3 records, no album. Like a full-fledged artist, you're gonna get it done. Nothing gonna stop that. You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't stopping that. Every female then went through like to make Cassie a victim, the why she not successful in the music business would be wrong to Nicki Minaj, Cardi B. It'd be wrong to every female artist in the game to give her that. All those girls really work. It's wrong to do that. She didn't want to work. She wanted to be a CEO's girlfriend or wife.
Yeah.
That's being fair. That's what she wanted to be.
And
But
I believe that.
you know what the crazy thing about Cassie though? Because I look at Cassie in a lot of ways, you know what I mean? But the crazy thing about Cassie though, you know what I'm saying? She was with him for years and all that. So a person that's with a person for years understand the person very well. So I'm not gonna go into what she knows or not. But at the end of the day, when I look at Cassie, she actually came into the relationship the same way she left the relationship. She came into the relationship cheating. She cheated on Ryan Leslie with Diddy. She made up a fake flyer talking about she's hosting a party in Miami. Went to Miami and Puff saddled her up on the yacht. Okay. Now he's with her. They're doing all the FOs. After the FOs, you think you like some not. Whether she liked some or she didn't like some. Let's say she didn't. Let's say she didn't. Right? Let's speak from both sides. After these FOs, she gets raped allegedly by Diddy. Right? So she gets raped now. So after the graping now, if you didn't like some of the FOs and you get raped now, so you know it's done now. She still after that has consensual sex with the man who she cheated on Diddy with, right? She cheated on the man that Diddy gave her as a trainer. So now she cheats on Diddy with this guy, right? So now she's the guy's girl. But now she has consensual sex with Diddy while the guy is calling on the phone on FaceTime, supposedly. And that's how that's how she left the relationship.
Look at that pattern. We learned patterns in elementary school. Look at the pattern. Look at the pattern.
But then look, then she's asked on the stand, do you love Puff? She says she loves their past or she loves what they had. So when they had these FOs, unconsensual or not, and some, whatever, and these grapes and all this stuff. So how do you love what y'all have? How you love your past if you was doing an FO every week? So that means you have to love the FOs. So you have to just listen to the way people speak. And the way she entered that relationship is the same way she left it. And Cassie is not innocent. Diddy deal with Cassie because she matches his energy. She matches his fly. She's a feisty Spanish girl. She got that energy, bro. We heard it when she was arguing with Sujit. She sounded just like that message that the prosecution put up about Puff when he was talking allegedly about Kid Cudi, about his car getting, in the garage, and he wanted his friends to be there to see it. Remember? But I'm not going to be there. It's going to happen when I'm be out the country. It's not going to happen from my hands. Allegedly, that's what Diddy says. But Cassie's going in this mob boss type vibe with Sujit. And she took him from Atlantic City and kept him with her, like you know what I mean? Like he was in a hostage. So she basically hostaged Sujit that time. But also besides that, come on, bro. She says, listen, something gonna happen to you, and it's not gonna happen by my hands. So you sounded like Diddy allegedly. And it's why Diddy deal with you. Because you're just like Diddy allegedly, and you match his fly, and you match his SEX. And you know when you meet a person that match your SEX, you know what I'm saying? You know how that goes. You know it'd be mad toxic when you meet a person that match your SEX for real, for real. It be toxic. It'd be one of them relationships in your past. You think about the SEX, but you're like, I could do without the rest. So you know how that be. How that be.
I'm with you, but I don't agree with I'm told you I'm with my wife right now. We just talking about it. I don't agree with that. Cassie she didn't know, bro. Like, no. She was naive. but it started. You know what I'm saying? It's what she was looking for. If you get what I'm saying? Like you ever met a
But I know she wasn't innocent, bro. She was innocent.
She just wanted to be famous.
I agree.
She didn't care. She didn't care at the price of it. She just wanted to be famous.
I agree.
And she happened to walk in. Man, that's why I don't understand how everybody skips the Ryan Leslie thing. You can't skip that because Ryan was already on the way up. Puff was just like she jumped. She went from a C-list to an A-list fast. If you get what I'm saying, like Ryan was on his way up at that time. All us Ed, like that was some C-list stuff. We was working your way. Like we in the room with Tommy. I'm talking about Tommy Mottola. She went from that to the hottest man in the music industry. Quick. And that's why you got no more music. I am not like as a musician, there's no excuse why that girl don't have 3 and 4 albums. She didn't want to be an artist. She wanted to be famous. That's just being honest. Anybody who want to be an artist, you'll see it. They'll go from label to label every time. They'll keep their thing going. History shows that. Cassie did not want to be an artist. She wanted to be famous. And she kind of got what she wanted. That's why when the money ran out, things went to going where it went. It's a whole lifestyle, bro. Like, man, if you understood how budgets work in this business and how they take money and you pay all this back, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They advance it to you and you have to pay it back.
Yeah, you pay it back. You pay it all back. It's really just a loan. You pay all this back.
And they haven't when Diddy asked for the money.
Yeah, absolutely. You pay it all back. There's nowhere when you sign these contracts, like you pay it all back. You work your way out of it. And it is not fair to make Cassie a musician victim. Then you be saying Beyonce. Beyonce is one of the hardest working females in music. She fired her daddy. But Cassie couldn't get free. Listen to what we saying.
You're right.
Like, we gotta start being honest.
That's right.
Fired her daddy to keep going. But Cassie did not want to be an artist. She just didn't. And everybody in the industry knows this. When you want to be this, you fight for it. There's no argument about it. Everybody is not built for this. That's why you have greats and you have regulars. She did not want to be an artist. I'm being honest, and there's no love lost. I've been in the room with the girl. I don't know her personally, but we was managed by the same company. She know what's up. She do too. She did not want to be an artist. She wanted to be an artist. There's no way you leave Ryan. Ryan was the talent.
That's what I couldn't understand. I say, well, how'd she get from him to Diddy anyways? And like, oh, he took her to him. And that's what the fake news always get up there and saying all this fake news.
He never did. Ryan never did that. If you do your research on Ryan Leslie, then you would be like, just do your research on Ryan Leslie.
Yeah, I know who Ryan is. I heard a lot about him. I know what he stands.
But respectfully, and I don't
music career bigger than hers.
Well, this is the thing I'm trying to get to, right? I hear what you're saying. I'm not denying that he's worked with some great artists, but if we have to do our research to find out what Ryan Leslie did, I kind of understand why she went from Ryan to Puff.
That's popularity.
I'm just saying that
I mean, you make it make
If
sense.
if we got to do research,
Like,
if
no,
we got
look,
to Google, you
Joe,
know,
Diddy's a genius in music business and how to
Instrumental.
find a record and doing that. But when you get into being a musician, this is not even close. Ryan is, I'm gonna say this again. Do your research. Like, it's hard. You think about it. 19, 20 years old. And I walk in the room with Ryan Leslie and then Diddy at the time, because you gotta think about Bad Boy at the time. You got Big, Faith, 112. He doing every remix from everywhere. I mean, you don't think that influence matters a little bit?
so now we're saying the same thing.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, a musician though, if she wanted to be a musician, there's no way you would have said, you would have been like, yo, Ryan coming with me. You get what I'm saying now?
Yeah, I get it now. I just couldn't understand because I hear a lot about Ryan and everything and stuff. I'm like, well, if she was dating him, he's an older man. She was dating him.
Facts.
How could she get? Why she left him? Because he's a well-known person. I mean, it didn't make sense at first to me. So now I understand what you're saying now.
So that what I'm saying, that's where the whole her being Diddy trained her and groomed her. She was already with an older man. Ryan is not 19.
No, he's an older man. He is an older man.
He was never 19. I just said all of us are at least 4 to 3 years younger than Diddy. So you can't blame the grooming on Diddy. She was already in, you get what I'm saying? She was already in the grooming stage if you're gonna do that. And
That's
Ryan is
fact.
grooming. Ryan a good dude, but she already been running around. The truth is, and I just don't want to say it because it's wrong, but it's not wrong, but it's just the truth. She's a glorified groupie, and it went wrong.
She's Jane in her 20s.
Absolutely.
When Jane was in her 20s, she was doing what Cassie was doing. That's what happened.
Absolutely. It's competent women in the music business. You know what I'm saying? And I will say this because I know I got homies that know. This is crazy. Even though it was the wildest thing I ever heard, all my homies, my manager, all of them, well, on God, my guy say Capricorn she legit. She ain't, it's not bullshit with Capricorn. It's the real thing. She's really who she say she is. It's not a game. I just don't know what happened with her testimony, but whatever she did, but all what I know, everybody say Capricorn is solid. Everybody. And that's the music industry. Anybody say otherwise, they would be lying. Everybody says Capricorn. And I'm talking about Capricorn Clark. And they say she's solid.
That music industry is something else. It is crazy.
Yes, it's definitely crazy. But like I said, look at the music industry like a room. It's not big. It looks big, but it
Everybody
really
know
is.
everybody, huh?
Everybody know everybody. You got to cut your deals to get to certain places. Everybody know everybody. Like I said, there's certain names I'm not willing to call, but they know what's up too. And on the low, it looks like nobody's supporting Diddy because they can't. But for them boys happy for that win. Cause it was gonna go somewhere else. That's just being honest. They know. Music business is not everybody know everybody. It ain't but 5 major labels. So how you dodge it? And they control the distribution, they control everything. So how can you dodge them? All of you are signed to actually the same guy at one, you know what I mean, at some point in time. They- There's no dodging it. And Universal's one of the biggest. You know what I'm saying? And most people think that Interscope is a major label. No, Interscope is signed to Universal. Universal owns Interscope. You got Warner Brothers. Think of all your movie companies. Those are there you go. They control all of it. Mhm. I'm just being honest. That's going all the way back from, because I know Sylvia did the YSL case. Mhm. It's all controlled that way. Kevin Lyles, all of them. It's a real business. Damn, y'all quiet.
Oh, I'm listening. I'm listening because I'm learning something.
Hey yo,
But what?
hey yo, hey,
But
hey Sylvia, hey Sylvia, if you would, you can hit my IG and I'll send you the receipts. I'll send you the pictures just so you'll know that is real. Yeah, it's real. Like the music business, you walk through the door. It's the devil's work when you walk through the door. And because I tell my wife, like, even gospel music, it's not different even over there. It's the same thing over there. You know what I'm saying? I get it. I love Kirk Franklin. I love Ty Tribbett as musician, but they don't even know that these guys be playing keys on these records. It's the music business.
Miss
There is
Sylvia,
no
you haven't went to sleep, have you? Hello. She don't went to sleep on us
yeah.
Oh,
again. Miss Sylvia. Hello.
child. And I was getting ready to say I gotta go anyway. Gotta get to
Yeah.
sleep myself. But
Yeah.
All right.
it was good talking to y'all and everything. And I'll go see about what's your IG?
My IG is Cream's World. And I will send you receipts. The whole
You
nine. This
know,
is not
I mean, I believe you. I just wanted to make sure I followed you. You said what
oh
now?
yeah. Cream's World with a K.
Okay, all right, no problem. All right, I'll
Yeah.
see y'all later.
Okay. All right, T Lounge.
It's
Okay,
not all
guys.
bad
I'm getting
trivia
out.
you probably did.
I'm
It was a lot. These past couple
yeah.
of weeks was a lot. So
Yeah.
she
Oh,
probably did that.
it wasn't a lot. You just, you know what I'm saying? You watching,
No, not
but
watching. Me and Miss Sylvia went down there. It was a lot.
Yeah, I
but
can
you went
imagine.
you
Yeah,
went down there and watched the white man move how he want to move.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
That
just talking
government.
about literally, physically, we
Yeah,
tired.
physically, you saw the
Yeah.
trickery though. You saw it
Uh huh.
when
Yeah.
me passing you a blunt is distribution.
Yeah.
That tell you, you know what I'm saying? That tell you it's weak.
Mm-hmm. We had to. We went and they was trying to lynch homeboy, and we had to try to cut the doggone rope off
Yeah,
the
The neck.
mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. You know what I'm
That's
saying? When you
crazy.
start seeing jurors getting removed, you know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
I feel like, but like you got, I'm gonna say this for y'all go. We are in what they call the changing of the guard. You know
Mm-hmm.
how a job been going for 100 years, but now we into where it's 30 years. They've been working there for so long, and everybody retired, so somebody else got to step in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's the DOJ right now. All of them are young. They're all young.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They're young. They have no experience. You can't put 6 women on trying
I
to
see
go.
that from the beginning. I was saying that they were really green. You could tell they were green because they really thought
Absolutely.
that that New York jury was going to feel some type of way about hearing some crazy stories. That was not going to be enough. It just
Not
was,
enough.
you know. But
That
yeah, listen,
yeah, it's green.
I gotta lay it down. I am tired and I gotta
Me
get.
too.
Yeah, I find.
Me too.
But can y'all I don't want her to be up here sleeping, but y'all.
She don't went to sleep. Oh Lord, Mods, you gotta call her or something. Wake her up. Sylvia.
Right. All
All
right,
right,
y'all.
guys.
I'll see y'all later. Peace.
10-4.
All right.
Okay, sorry about that, y'all. Everybody left. I was downstairs washing clothes. Everybody left me. I had to put it in the wash. All right, y'all. Sorry, I had to go and take the clothes out the dryer and put it in the well, take it out the wash and put it in the dryer. No, I wasn't asleep. See? I wasn't asleep. Nope. Oh yeah, it's 11:45. Yeah, we're gonna go to sleep now. All right, guys. They were talking. I didn't want to interrupt anybody. You guys have a great night, okay? Bye.
Thank you for watching the infamous Sylvia channel, where laughter and fun make up our panel. Together we build this digital spree. We appreciate you and our growing family. With mods by our side and chat flowing free in this online space. It's just you and me, we laugh until tears roll down like the rain. In this virtual world, you ease all my pains. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Mods and chat, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars in the night. We cherish the moments, the highs and lows, from the latest gossip to stories untold. You're more than a viewer, you're part of the crew in this space of ours. It's all because of you. This digital world where emotion is shared, every post and reaction showing we care. The love is real in this virtual domain. With every sign, enjoys what we'll gain. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Mods and chat, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars in the night. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Mods and chat, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars in the night. This digital world where emotion is shared, every post and reaction showing we care. The love is real in this virtual domain. With every sign, enjoys what we'll gain. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Mods and chat, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars in the night.